Caitlin Clark sure know how to break the damn internet. Now, we know there has been large speculations that
Caitlin Clark knows how to break the damn internet. She pulled up to Crypto.com arena wearing sneakers nobody had ever seen before. Yellow and purple Nike CC1S. Colors that screamed one thing and one thing only. Sparks. Now, Clark could have just been paying tribute to Kobe. She's rocked the Cobes plenty of times before.
Push through and get out of our own way on some level. But there's an element of toughness and effort that...
But the timing? Erie doesn't even begin to cover it. Large rumors and speculations have been swirling that Clark could be joining her former Iowa teammate Kate Martin in LA. And then she shows up in Sparks colors? That ain't just a coincidence. That's a statement. Or at least, that's what the internet decided. Here's where things get spooky.
everything that's going on is your boy John the Liquidator, man. This don't look right. I'm just saying. Large reports coming out. Then we got Lynn Roberts speaking about her yesterday, which I'm about to play some of that clip.
Jason Whitlock, love him or hate him, dropped a bombshell that the Indiana Fever are planning to ship Caitlin Clark to the Los Angeles Sparks. Not a rumor. Not speculation. He said it was happening. And the comparison he made? Wayne Gretzky. The NHL moved Gretzky out of
to just like practice and just say, we're just gonna watch film. You know, if you want to shoot a little bit, you can shoot a little bit, but not even really do too much on court and just say like, this is what we got to do. Here it is. Let's go do it.
And that's the reality at this point in the season too. Like, we don't need to go through our
candidate to LA because it made financial sense for the entire league. Whitlock's argument is simple. The WNBA would do the same thing with Clark. Put its biggest box office attraction in the biggest media market. It makes sense on paper. Clark in LA? That's a money printing machine. But there's one problem. The Fever would have to agree to it. And would they really trade away the player who single-handedly made them relevant again? The answer might surprise you. The tension in Indiana is real. Cameras caught Clark refusing to return a high five from teammate Tyasha Harris during a timeout. Just sat there, stone-faced, staring ahead while Harris patted her shoulder and walked away. Fans went nuts. Something seriously wrong with...
and like I've said many times, the good news is today it's all about Indiana. We got to turn the page, learn from what we learned from what we saw last night. But that's not going to win any games the way
Caitlin Clark lately. One person posted. And it's not just that moment. Clark has been caught arguing with coach Stephanie White on the sidelines, clapping sarcastically at officials, and picking up technical fouls like they're going out of style. She's got 5 of them this season, tied for the league lead. The frustration is palpable. You can see it in her body language every single night. And when you're
these are the Sparks colors. Now, Caitlin Clark could just be, rocking these because she's playing at the old Staples and playing tribute to Kobe. She obviously rocked the Kobe's a lot. But this just seemed like an eerie time to be debuting this.
Player looks miserable. The locker room feels it. Here's what nobody's talking about. Stephanie White's offense might be the real problem. Clark is at her best when she's the engine. Ball in her hands, pulling defenders above the three-point line, creating passing windows that shouldn't exist. But White's system, she's using Clark off-ball way too much, making her a moving target instead of the trigger man. The results are ugly. Clark is shooting under 40% from the field in her last few games.
Be in the moment. Don't be thinking about the shot you missed or the foul you didn't get or the turnover you had or the fact that your player just scored. Like, next play mentality. It takes a level of toughness mentally. That's what I need from everybody.
With this stretch, have you considered going to more of a hockey substitution? I noticed there are a couple teams in the league.
She's in a slump, but is it really her fault? White admitted after the Liberty loss that we couldn't get CC loose very much at all. That's coach speak for. We failed her. And failed her they did. The offense got tunnel vision. Kelsey Mitchell dribbling into traffic. Clark standing in the corner watching. That's not how you use the greatest shooter women's basketball has ever seen. Then
I'm not saying that she's leaving, but I'm just saying this looked mighty damn spooky. Now, the report goes on to say Caitlin Clark new yellow colorway with Nike in
came the Mercury game. Alyssa Thomas, a player known for physicality, went after Clark in a way that made the entire league cringe. Fist to the throat. Knee to the groin. Clark hit the floor, grabbing her back. No foul was called in real time. The official...
She hasn't played in a while, so I know she's going to be hungry, and maybe that provides a boost.
I know it might seem like a lot to ask, but you know, when she gets acclimated, could she be like an offensive hub off the bench where you kind of just like, you know, because you mentioned great shooter, great passer, like those are the types of players who can, you know, affect the game.
Reviewed it for a potential hostile act by Clark, for hitting a defender in the face, not for the little throat punch she just took. White was furious. Absolutely egregious and utterly disrespectful, she said. Thomas got a 1-game suspension. But the damage was done. Clark's back injury kept her out of the next game. And White made it clear, this isn't just about one cheap shot. Clark
Across the league a little bit too, like now, you know, players start getting paid real money, it changes the expectation level a little bit, and you just got to plow through it. Like you know, like we were talking about. There's
isn't called the same way everyone else is. She takes the hits, gets no whistle, and then gets blamed when she finally snaps. So is the trade actually happening? WNBA analyst Rachel Demita called the rumors baffling, with zero validity. She pointed out that Clark to LA doesn't even make tactical sense. Lynn Roberts isn't the right coach for her style. And Clark herself? She shut down the noise. Those opinions don't matter, she said. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Even if the trade isn't real, the dysfunction is. Clark isn't having fun. The Fever aren't winning. And the speculation isn't going anywhere. Whitlock keeps doubling down. Michael Thompson, Lakers legend, says he heard from a reliable source that the Fever don't want Clark anymore.
Clark, she hasn't played, you know, since then. What do you expect? Are you expecting to play against the Fever with Caitlin Clark or without?
We don't know, so we'll find out tomorrow. I think tonight by 5 o'clock.
Is that true? Probably not. But the fact that it's being said at all tells you everything you need to know about the state of this franchise. Caitlin Clark was supposed to be the player who made women's basketball fun again. Instead, she's become the center of the most toxic discourse the sport has ever seen. Trade rumors, sideline blow-ups, cheap
She's got to bite off little chunks, not see the big picture of, oh my gosh, I'm not making shots. You will. Laws of averages, it'll work out. Not be overwhelmed by whatever it is. I think she puts a lot of pressure on herself. She's an achiever. She wants to do right. She wants to win. So I'm trying to take a little pressure off of her, take some air out of the tires so that it's not such a bumpy ride.
Yeah, one thing she mentioned that she was saying that she feels like, and it's self-imposed, right? But she feels like she has a lot of expectations on her,
yeah,
and on this new team.
And a coach who can't seem to unlock her potential. Whether she stays in Indiana or ends up in LA, one thing is clear: something has to change. Because right now, the Caitlin Clark experience isn't magic. It's an airball. And the longer this drags on, the more people are going to wonder, was this all just hype? Or is the system around her failing the one person who could have changed everything?